Hey everybody, Doug here, and we are starting a new series on our YouTube channel where each family member is going to design and come up with our own pilot episode for a TV show. So, up first, it's my turn, and this is a TV show called Reader Recess. And you'll notice one little difference when you see me in the video because I actually recorded this pre-quarantine, also pre-beard. But hope you enjoyed the show, and when we're all finished, we're going to go ahead and recap everybody's TV show, and then you can all vote for your favorite, which will hopefully become a regular video series on our show here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Chances are, at one time or another, you have visited a library or even a bookstore. Now, if you're anything like me, a whole world of possibilities opens before you as soon as you enter this place. There are literally millions of books in the world. 129,864,880, according to Google. The problem here is there is no way anyone could ever read that many books. You'd have to read over 5,000 books a year in an average lifespan just to even have a chance to try and finish each and every one of them. I think it's safe to say that most of us aren't going to do that. The plain fact is that libraries and bookstores are less a buffet and more of a restaurant menu where we pick and choose our favorites. Let me show you what I mean. I'm here at the Woodland Elementary School Library in Samora, North Carolina, and behind me is a section of books known affectionately as the favorites. These are the books that over the years students have gravitated toward, and so they've all been put on these shelves. Keeps them away from being mixed in with the other books. Now, of course, these are the popular titles and series to read, but they're not the only books in the library, right? The point of this show is not just to hear a book being read to you. We want to learn to appreciate the illustrations or the pictures in the book. We want to think about the author's thought process in writing the book and hear what they have to say. We're also going to, for the most part, steer clear of the popular book of the moment, the soup du jour book, as it were, because as soon as those come out, everyone is going to be talking about them. No, the books that I'm looking for are the hidden gems in the treasure troves of bookshelves in bookstores and libraries everywhere. Today I found a hidden treasure book to share with you right here at the Woodland Library. It's called Girl Wonder, a Baseball Story in 9 Innings by Deborah Hopkinson. Now this book was published back in 2003, and there's 2 things that make this book really exciting for me. First of all are the illustrations, or the pictures, by Terry Widener. I want to show you some of them before we get started. Now this page is fun, but what really made me appreciate it is this page. From here I could tell that Widener's illustration style is both realistic and fun in appearance, which really matches well the way that this book is written. The other thing that really makes this book a treasure to me is the fact that it's based on a true story. Now this is Alta Weiss. Alta Weiss was born to play baseball. From the age of 2, people could start to tell that she was, in fact, a very good baseball player, that she had a really good arm, and she would make a good pitcher on a baseball team. When she was 17, she went semi-pro for a team called the Independents. Now, at first, no one thought she could play, especially her coach, because she wore dresses. But once she got her chance and got up to the mound, he changed his mind. Now, in an interview from 2008, Deborah Hopkinson, the author, said, "I find that some of the most interesting books being done are being done for young people, and that people are missing out if they only assume they're for young people. I think that's really important for us to know as parents," she said. Now, this book that we're about to read is representative of all that she says in this quote. So without further ado, here is Girl Wonder, a Baseball Story in 9 Innings by Deborah Hopkinson, illustrated by Terry Widener. I must have been born to play baseball, because Pop says when I was only 2, when I hurled a corn cob at an old tomcat chasing my favorite hen. They say I threw so hard that cob shot across the yard and bopped him on the head. John, the handyman, whistled in surprise. "Would you look at that, Doc?" he said to Pop. "Your little girl's got some arm on her." And that old cat, he leaped like lightning and never pestered my chickens again. My own first memory is of John tossing a baseball to me, the glove on my hand as big as one of Mama's prize sunflowers. Somehow, even then, I could make that hard round ball zing through the air. By the time I was 6, I'd have thrown for hours. Pop pinned a target on a bale of hay and told me, "Get ready, wind her up, and let her fly." Most times I'd hit the bullseye, while John and Pop just shook their heads and exclaimed, "Alta, you're a real girl wonder." Nothing could keep me from baseball. Summers I played with the boys in town, and even in winter I got up early to practice. Ooh, that barn was icy. The cows breathed frosty puffs into the air as they turned their saucer eyes to watch me, my first fans. But the bitter Ohio cold couldn't put out the fire inside me. I threw that ball again and again till all my muscles knew what to do, as easy as singing my ABCs. By the time I was 17, I'd struck out every boy in town. "You're almost a lady," said my friends. "Isn't it time you quit playing games?" "Quit!" I just cried. "I haven't even started." Still, every once in a while, I wondered if they might be right. Then Pop and I took a trip to Vermilion to see the sights. I spotted some fellas playing ball on the green. They looked so sharp I itched to join them. "Afternoon, gentlemen. Mind if I play?" I asked, sweet as honey. "Sure thing, miss," they smirked. "Don't worry, we'll toss it to you nice and gentle." Well, I threw that ball back so hard their faces glowed beet red with shame, and their hands must have stung right through their gloves. "Wow!" they cried, shaking their heads. "You should play for the Independents, our town semi-pro team." "Where do I sign up?" I replied. When the Independents' crusty old coach took one look at my long blue skirt, he spit hard on the ground. "Go home, missy. You're a girl, and this is baseball." Go home? Not a chance. Suddenly I grabbed onto an idea. "Just sign me up, Coach," I said, smiling sweetly. "And as sure as Strikeout is my middle name, I guarantee you'll sell lots of tickets. Folks are curious to see a girl play." The coach pulled down his cap, but not before I saw his eyes light up, like he'd just hit a home run out of the park. I could read his line of thinking, clear as a catcher's signs. Girls can't throw, girls can't play baseball, but this gal just might bring in some dough. At last he stuck out his hand. "It's a deal, Miss Weiss. You got one chance to show your stuff, and you better not make a fool of me." Finally, the big game. The stands are full, the whole town's here. Coach wipes the sweat from his face. "Sure you don't want to play right field?" But I'm already on my way to the mound. The crowd leans forward. Our folks on my side are just itching to hiss and jeer. "Play ball!" The first batter's big, a mean glaring bull. For a flash I panic. Maybe Coach is right. My pitch is wide. Ball one. The fans twitter. I shake off my nerves, crack my chewing gum, and stare him down. Now I'm even when he feints. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside on the next, just barely, 2 balls, 1 strike. I chance the outside corner. Whoosh! The big bull cuts the air. We're even again. The crowd buzzes. I try my knuckler next, but it drops too low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. The batter's surprised I've gotten this far. He digs in mad. The crowd falls silent, all eyes on me. No different from my fans in the barn, I tell myself. I reach inside and pull out my best stuff. I always did have a pretty fair fastball. Crack! He hits it. Looks like a sizzling line drive, a sure base hit. But wait, it rockets right to me, and my glove's in the air, quick as light. Got it! He's out! The place explodes with cheers. "Nice catch, girl wonder!" And from the dugout I hear Coach yell, "Didn't I always say she could do it?" I smile. I've never had so much fun. I nod to my teammates. 2 down, 1 to go. Let's get 'em, boys. And I strike the next batter out. I pitch 5 innings and then play first base. The final score is 4-3, us. The Independents win. We keep winning too all summer long. They even run special trains from Cleveland so fans can see the new star pitcher, me, the girl wonder. The girl who can throw, the girl who can play baseball. I played another season, even pitched in a major league stadium, and always held my own against the best. But now my playing days are done. I'm too busy being a doctor like Pop, only girl in the class of 1914. But just the other day I spotted a little gal, cap pulled down, overalls full of mud. "Hey, you with the glove," I yelled. "Come on over." Did you ever hear the story of the girl wonder?